Well, good morning, everybody. Hey, this is Robert, the Broadway Barber, coming to you from 1026 South Broadway Street. What is this? Tuesday after the Super Bowl. I don't know what the days are anymore. What is it? The 10th? 10th, I guess. 11. I don't know. But anyway, I want to make a few comments about a few things that have gone on in the past, 72 hours or so. Because like I said, I don't come on every day doing this video stuff. This is not my life right here. This is just something that I do to entertain, I guess, if you want to say that. But let's talk about what went on at the Super Bowl. I didn't watch the Super Bowl, just so you know. So I didn't watch the Super Bowl because why didn't I watch the Super Bowl? Well, one, the NFL has always, since the rise of Roger Goodell as the commissioner of football, the NFL has gone down. It's been nothing but wokeism, and they implement all these things. They implement all these Democrat things into their proceedings that have nothing to do with it. I mean, they're all political. There's nothing that's just sports anymore to football. It's all political, and it's the theme of the day. But it's been wokeism to the max in the NFL, and that was on display at this past Super Bowl. As I said, I didn't watch the Super Bowl. I haven't watched the Super Bowl in about 5 years. I just don't, and I don't believe that I think the outcome of the NFL from the very beginning of the first day of NFL season, even before that, they've already scripted who's going to win the Super Bowl, who's going to the Super Bowl. And then you see, referees and stuff in the games deciding the victories, not the teams who were out there competing. It's the refs calling the games that have more and more been calling the shots, and not the teams who have been out there playing, because they have to make the agenda work. You've seen it many, many times. I'm not going to go through a litany of things that have happened. You've seen it, and if you haven't, then you're just blind. You just refuse to see the truth. And if you were watching the football, especially for you Christians, those of you who are calling yourselves Christians, and you watched the NFL in the last 5 years, and you've seen what's been going on in the NFL, and you continue to watch it, you might want to check yourself as far as your true Christianity goes. And if you watched this game this past weekend, the Super Bowl, with the halftime show, that I didn't watch it, like I said. I just saw stuff online. And what I saw online only confirmed my suspicions about everything. But if you're a Christian, you watch the football game. I know you, because you say, I gotta watch the football game. I love the sport. There's a time where you gotta jump the train, people. You got to jump off that stupid train, and you're going to have to hold yourself accountable. Are you so much in love with the NFL, or are you in love with Christ himself? If you're a true Christian, you need to check yourself, truly. I can't tell you anything else to say, but I just, from what I saw of the show, it was lewd. Not only couldn't you understand what was going on, but it was very lewd. The lyrics of the song were gross, and oral sex and pornography right there on the stage for all the world to see. If that's what you call entertainment, and a good, wholesome Christian type entertainment, and a wholesome sporting event, well, maybe you need to stop going to church, because you're not doing a good job of it as a Christian. That's just my take. I don't think that anybody who's a Christian and watched that should have, at that moment, turned the TV off or changed channel. You know, there was an alternate halftime show. They only had two months to prepare, but that was at TP USA, the Kid Rock halftime show. That matter of fact, that at the moment of the game, of the halftime show events, the Kid Rock event had more viewers than the NFL halftime. So that proves that a lot of people tuned out of the halftime show and decided to watch something more wholesome. It was more God-focused. Maybe you're not a Christian and that wasn't your cup of tea. But if you were a Christian watching that halftime show at the Super Bowl, personally I say you're wrong, but that's just me. So anyway, so that's one thing, and it's over. Hallelujah. So what's going on in the world? Well, as you know, we got a lot of things going on in Iran. We've got build-up going on, and there's different stories going on out there. If you listen to some commentators, then you find out that there's a big buildup of military presence over there. Then if you listen to other commentators, you hear them talking about the talks. Well, you know, the Iranians don't do a lot of, they talk a lot, but nothing comes of those talks. Those talks are only to stretch out time, so they have more time to get things that they need done to get ready for a war. But as far as like halting a war, those talks never halt a war. Iran and the Muslims and the Islamic nations in general talk. And while they're talking behind the scenes, they're preparing. We know that, of course, because the talks, we would hope that the talks would go somewhere. But while our peacemakers are out there giving the talks, our generals in the Department of War are working on plans and preparing for just that event too. Matter of fact, Iran has already tried several times to blow up some ships that are out there in the Gulf using drones. And we've shot down 2 drones already. So things are active in the Gulf, and things are active behind the scenes. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm still getting over a cold. Like last Friday and Saturday, I didn't actually really work because I was sick, and I refused to go to work and stand behind a chair or somebody, and I'm cutting them and I'm breathing on their face, and I'm sick, and then they get sick because of me. I refuse to do that, so I just refuse. You know, I may come in, but I won't open the doors. I have to come in because I have a wife that won't let me stay home. So I have to just come to work, and I just sit there. Because Allah says, I can't allow myself to make other people sick, because if you get sick because of me, I do feel bad about it. And I have a hard time accepting that I can come to work and make you sick, and I really hate that, so I don't do it. And I know that the reason that I do get sick is because customers come in. Not all you guys, you know that, but some customers come in and they're sick. They might be just sneezing and stuff, but I'm very susceptible. I didn't used to be that way until after COVID. I think the vaccine weakened my immune system to where I get sick very easy now. Normally I would sit there and I would say, well, it's just because I'm older. But like I said, normally I can get a I get a cold and it go away quickly. But after the vaccine, after COVID, those colds, they stick around for months. It's crazy. So I'm very susceptible, and I know that people are sick when they come and sit down in my chair. I don't kick them out, you know. I do try to prevent it, you know, from spending as much time with a person when they're sick. So, I guess this cuts off at a certain amount of time. Bad for me, good for you. As I was saying in my just got cut off, is that we have Muslim nations that are out there, and Iran, although they have a Muslim government, the population is not Muslim, not for the most part. If I understand correctly, they're Persian, right? They're not Muslim, they're Persian. I got that from an Iranian who comes into my shop. He happens to be one of my customers. Real nice gentleman, by the way. And he explained something to me. He says, the problem is Americans, we really don't have a grasp of world view about things. We see the Middle East as all Muslim. And there may be a majority Muslim, but they're not all Muslim. There's a lot of Persians over there, especially like in Iran. They have they have an Islamic government, but citizens are Persians who have no choice but to follow that government. So that's the problem. So when the Islamist nation, government of Iran, wants to start making trouble, the other Islamist nations, governments, will join in, or they will try to hinder the United States from, like Saudi Arabia says, and these other countries saying, you can't fly over our space to get there. So they don't want us flying over our space to get into Iran to take out, the Ayatollah, I mean. So, even though Saudi Arabia may be our friend, they're still Islamic, and they're going to protect their brothers. I mean, under that circumstance, that'd be like Canada making trouble in the world, or England, or anybody else, and America coming to their aid. After all, we are part of them too, historically. So that's the problem we have when we're fighting over there. So right now we're stuck in the Gulf with all of our ships over there, and we want to go fight, but we have issues with other governments saying that we can't. So what's going to happen eventually is Israel will go do it, and the United States will give them all the support we can from the other end. We can't fly over there, but we sure can ship some rockets through the air. There's other ways to go in there, but it will get done. Guaranteed, though, if they shoot one of our ships inside the Gulf, having Donald Trump as our president, all hell will break loose. So that's a true problem in the Middle East right now. Russia and Ukraine, that's another problem. It's been 4 years. War makes money. Ukraine is no more better of a country than Russia. You gotta remember, Burisma was the company that the Bidens were in bed with is in Ukraine. They were supporting Biden, son, with a lot of money, so that they could have access to Biden. And they did. Right? It didn't get to be until the news broke about what was happening that come to a conclusion. And so Ukraine is no better than Russia. So there you go. That's my point. That's my take. Okay. Anyway, listen. Y'all take care. Have a great day. Be blessed. Amen. Bye.